Usai made a mess, G5 out the jet. I'm about to catch, I double the bed.
What's up, YouTube? How y'all doing today? It's your boy Trippy Goat. I hope y'all having a very trippy day. Hey, does this quality look good? I think it does, but I don't know. Cause like, hey, Krusty. Hey, Krusty. Hey, I don't really know. Hey, before I hop into this story, give your boy a subscribe, give your boy a like, give your boy a comment. I'm starving, I need a bone, the ducks are throwing bread at me, I'm so poor. You know, give your boy something he'll appreciate. Anyways, y'all, let's hop into this story about the time my friend came out. Gone wrong. Now, just a little disclaimer. I have nothing against gay people, what are trans or whatever, dude. Honestly, I really don't give a fuck. But, you know, it can go wrong. Like, at least with this story, it went wrong. But, for the most part, hey, love, peace, whatever. I don't give a fuck. We all bleed the same fucking damn color. Unless you a horseshoe crab, then you a weird bitch. You bleed fucking blue. Anyways, y'all, let's hop into this story. Now, it was very early 25, and your boy was feeling in his alcoholic stage, you know. Them were the vibes, that was the tea, you know. I was drinking them Four Locos, I was drinking fucking anything, honestly. I was just a drunk fuck, down as a clown, ready to get fucked up. Now, I had just moved over into like a new city, you know, didn't have too many friends, you know, trying to build some relationships with people, you know, because, you know, your boy wanted to go out. I had one friend, let's call him Big Man, and, you know, the vibes just weren't right. And then I had another friend, and we're going to call him Jamarcus, and the vibes were very right. You know, Jamarcus, he was down as a clown, ready to drink too. You know, he was a fucking blunt demon. Every time you seen him, he was smoking on something. And you know, your boy, I just always did like him. You know, I knew him from Job Corps, just a great fucking dude all the way around. So, you know, I get off work, just made some money, ready to go and spend it on some alcohol. I call up Jamarcus. I'm like, ring, ring. Hey, what's happening, my man? I'm wanting to get litty as a titty. Let's get drunk as fuck. Of course, Jamarcus is down. He is ready to fucking party. So, you know, he's telling me on the phone, yo, come scoop me up. I'm ready, dude. I just got paid today. Let's go over to the liquor store, get a little deal going on. You know, buy something nice and cheap to get us fucked up pregame to go bar hopping. I said, bet. That sounds like a plan. So I skirt on over there. I pick 'em up and we go straight to the liquor store. And we open up that door. We see an assortment of liquors, but then the golden Arches appeared. It was ready. It was a blue angel in disguise. UV Blue. Now, UV Blue is this cheap ass shit that is awful for you, but it will get you fucked up. Of course, what did we do? We bought UV Blue. So, you know, we go check out, we buy the UV Blue, we go back to his house, and we start smoking on some backwoods, you know, we had some nice blunts going. We're talking, we're drinking this UV Blue, and before you know it, we finished the whole entire thing. Now, we are drunk as a fucking skunk already. We are plastered by this point. There was no need to go bar hopping, but we done it anyways. So we call up the Uber driver. He comes whipping around the corner and he picks us up. Now, we had a very good time. The Uber driver was cool. You know, he was full of energy. He didn't give one fuck that we was fucked up. And we drop off at the first little, you know, bar and shit. You know, we had multiple ones we was gonna go to. I get a vodka cran. And the bar just ain't very lit. The vibes ain't right. Just nothing's really going on. So me and Jamarcus, we head to the second bar. Now, this is where things kind of start turning up. Now, I'm already fucked up. And while I'm walking over there, all I'm talking about is a cheesesteak. I want a cheesesteak fucking bad. And he's telling me how that sounds pretty fucking good, how he wouldn't mind having one too. But we stop over at the bar, we order the same thing. We get some vodka crayons. Now, we sit down and all of a sudden this girl appeared. And she was, a little hefty, had the blue hair. And she ran up to us with her arms up. And she's like, "Oh my God, Jamarcus, how are you doing? I haven't seen you forever." And I'm like, "Who is this?" And Jamarcus introduces me to her. And we're just going to call her Sheila. Sheila's not very important to the story. And Sheila introduces us to a whole bunch of other people that Jamarcus already knew. Now, this was a wild assortment of friends. Jamarcus and me have known each other for a long time. And I really didn't know Jamarcus had friends like this. I always thought Jamarcus' friends were just a whole bunch of stoners. And these people, I guess probably smoked, but it was a very wild arrangement of people. We got Sheila, the, blue hair girl. And then we got the nose piercing girl, who's got a big nose piercing, bald, and 2 tattoos on the side of her head. And then we got, I don't even know what to really call this couple, but, I guess they like to explore other people while being in a relationship. It was a very awkward thing. We got Sheila talking about how she fucking hates Trump. Then we got the bald-headed girl who's talking to me about violins. And I can't even process what she's saying, because all I'm thinking about is a fucking damn cheesesteak. And then we got Jamarcus talking to the couple, and the couple's talking about how they are really hoping they find a nice gentleman to take back with them. So, things are really turning up, not the way I expected. There was some horniness in the air, and I wasn't really feeling horny. I was feeling kind of hungry, I was wanting a cheesesteak. So, anyways, we're talking, we're having a good time. I'm kind of not having a great time. I'm honestly just fucking hungry by this point, and I'm fucked up. I'm feeling a little bit sick. I need some bread in my tummy. So I tell Jamarcus, hey, is there any way we could get a cheesesteak? And I'm so drunk by this point, he later on told me that I was so sick of talking to them that the only thing I said during the whole time was cheesesteak. I started chanting cheesesteak. And of course, he took me over to a little place that had cheesesteaks. So, I'm smacking on this cheesesteak. I'm having a really good time. I'm asking Jamarcus, yo, how do you know these people? I was actually very surprised you knew them. And, he didn't really care. He was very open. He was like, yeah, I met them while drinking and stuff. And me and them have just got really tight and along pretty good. I'm like, oh, that's sick. Okay, hell yeah. Sorry I was such a drunk fuck and I probably made a bad impression on your friends. He was like, nah, you didn't, dude. I'm sure they liked you, dude. We're just fucked up right now. So, of course, me and him, we go over to a couple other bars and we are getting lit. Now I got the bread in my stomach. We pulled out another fucking blunt. We're smoking along the way to this other bar. And this bar was underneath of a building, which was so fucking badass. And we drank, we had a great time. We went out to the little dance part. We danced. We just had a great time. And, the night got older and stuff, and it was pretty late into the night. So we decided it was about time to head back home. The bars were starting to close. So we head back over to his place. Now, originally, I was gonna hop up on their couch and take a nice nap on the couch, and he was gonna lay down in his bed and go to sleep. Excuse me, y'all, real quick. God, I hated that. Sorry about that. How rude. How fucking rude. Bad, trippy. Anyways, y'all, that's how we planned it. And we go over there, and there was probably maybe another shot or two of the UV blue. And we're taking a last shot of the UV blue just to set it all off. And we are fucked up by this point. And we're in his room, we're smoking out of a nice little bowl, just kind of settling down for the night. And we start watching Madea. Now, I'm standing up, I'm talking to him while he's kind of laying in bed talking to me. And Medea's on there, and there's this other dude that's on there. And out of nowhere, he says, "Man, he is hot as shit." I'm like, hell yeah, he is, dude. Fuck yeah. The dude was ripped. Hey, I ain't going to disagree. Hell yeah, that motherfucker good looking. Hell yeah, dude. And he was like, "Man, I could really go for some dick right now." Just out of nowhere. I'm like, oh, hell yeah, dude. I was like, "Are you joking or serious?" Because he said it dead serious. And again, I thought Jamarcus was a straight feller, I didn't care, but, I was like, "Oh, are you serious or joking?" He was like, nah, I'm for real. I'm bisexual." I'm like, "Dude, why the fuck are you just telling me this right now?" I gave him a dab and I said, "Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah." I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude." I was like, "How long you been bi?" I was like, "Is this a brand new thing, or have you known this ever since I've known you?" And he's like, "Nah, dude, like, I've had boyfriends and shit." He was like, "Actually, the girl I told you I was dating, I was lying about. I was actually dating this dude and shit." And I was like, "Oh, well, fuck yeah, dude." I was like, "Shit, dude." I was like, "Well, I'm really glad you told me, man." And we're laughing, we're talking. I'm asking him questions. I'm like, "Dude, like, were you scared to tell me?" I was like, "Does your family know you're bi? Like, why did you just tell me this?" I was like, "What the fuck?" And, he's telling me about it and stuff. I congratulated him again. I actually felt very proud at first that he told me. And me and him were talking. And he tells me, "Hey, come lay down on this bed, dude." And I'm so drunk, I can't even lay down. I'm feeling a little bit nauseous by this point. And he's like, "Come lay down, let's watch Madea." I was like, "Dude, I'm scared I'll throw up all over in your bed. I'm chilling right now, standing up." And so he was like, "Yeah, Medea's getting a little bit boring for me." He was like, "I was actually just thinking about like how being poly is not a bad thing, how most people are not happy in a relationship." And I took this a little bit strange. I was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "For sure, dude." I was like, "But it works out for some people." Because, I was in a relationship. I was dating my fiance that I have now. And he was telling me, "Have you ever thought about, like, going on the other side? Like, like, trying, like, a guy, I was like, nah, like, I know I'm straight, dude. Like, I don't care if other people are bi or gay, but, like, I know me personally, I'm straight, And he was like, "Oh, that's cool, dude." He was like, "You really are pretty, though." I started feeling a little bit uncomfortable, man. I started feeling kind of weird. Because why is he calling me pretty? me and him were homies, dude. Like, thank you, man. Like, that's really nice, dude, but I didn't know how to take it. I was almost starting to get to the point where I felt like he was laying moves on me. And so I'm like, oh, thank you, dude. Like, thank you, man. He was like, come lay down with me, dude. You look really tired. And he reaches over and grabs my hand. And I was really starting to feel a little uncomfortable by this point. You know, like, I remember I kind of backed my hand away, you know, and I was like, oh man, I'm really starting to feel tired. And he reaches out and grabs my wrist. And I'm thinking to myself by this point, I'm thinking, he's gonna grape me or something. I'm thinking, oh my God, my friend's about to try to diddy me. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to fight my friend or something. Like, I did not want this. Like, dude, we just had a great night. And he's like, please, stay here, dude. Don't go to bed yet. I'm not sleepy yet. Like, I'm sure there's something we could do. I'm like, nah, man, nah. I'm feeling pretty tired, dude. Like, I'm thinking about kind of just going in my van and going to sleep. And he's like, what? No, don't leave, dude. He was like, I'm scared you'll drive if you hop in your van. He was like, just lay down here, dude. He was like, that couch is uncomfortable. I'm like, no. By this point, I'm just saying, no, I'm so drunk, I don't know what to do. My heart's beating. I'm like, no. I'm gonna go sleep in my van, man. I love you, dude. I think you need to go to sleep. And he was like, dude, if you really want to go to your van and sleep, just go on ahead. Hey. Your boy didn't argue with that. Your boy Trippy, he grabbed his little wallet and stuff, you know. I trust him pretty good. Like, I could leave my wallet out and shit. And I was like, you know, hell yeah, I'm gonna go sleep in my van. And so, like, I load up all my gear and shit, you know, which was like my keys and my wallet and phone and shit. I leave his, little crib and I hop in my van. Now, I'm drunk as fuck. I'm in no condition to drive. So I'm not gonna drive. Like, I knew I wasn't that stupid. Like, I'm very much against drinking and driving. Like, I'm not gonna do that. But I'm feeling a little bit scared too. Cause, like, I really didn't know what to do at that moment. I was actually genuinely feeling a little bit tweaked out. And so I just locked my van doors and laid down the seat and, I was ready to go sleep. And then I heard a ding. And against my better judgment, I look at the notification and it's Jamarcus. I'm thinking, oh my God. He sent me a snap. Like, what should I even do about this? And begrudgingly, I open up the snap. I'm really thinking it's something I don't want to see, but I open it anyways. And luckily, it was just a very black picture. Like, I guess he turned off his lights and stuff. Or no, he already had his lights off. And, anyways, he sent me a text on the snap, It said, hey, come back in here. I have a really good idea. I think we should do it right now. And I ain't gonna lie, I looked at that snap, I swiped down, like, got rid of it, turned off my phone, and just left them all red and closed my eyes. I remember, like, I woke up that morning, and, like, luckily he wasn't awake yet, I don't think. Or maybe he was awake and maybe he was like, oh, fuck, what did I do? Like, I really acted stupid. But anyways, your boy Trippy, he just turned on that van. and backed out of his driveway, drove off, and originally I was gonna go to like the gym and stuff. Like, I just said fuck it. I gotta go and just get away from this city. I went and visited my girlfriend and shit. Like, I think I went and visited my girlfriend, or else I went and seen my aunt or something who lived close by. I don't know. But your boy Trippy, it definitely went wrong for him that night. You know, I felt scared. But anyways, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this story. You know, I had a really good time telling this story. And again, I have nothing against gay people or trans or anything. Like, I really don't. I really don't give a fuck. Just, you know, that time it kind of went a little wrong. You know, I wasn't, you know, there was a whole bunch of shock value. You know, was not expecting any of that to really unfold. Any of that. But if y'all enjoyed this story, give me a subscribe, give me a like, give me a comment. And I hope y'all have a great day. Peace.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.